Well, hello. Hopefully these people know that I'm actually alive. This is so crazy. YouTube is just playing in my face, literally playing in my face today. I am not happy with it. Let me just kind of let everybody know that we're finally alive. Hold on, we're gonna put this video up. Good night. I tell you, I'm finally alive. All right, let's get this ball rolling. Goodness to Betsy. Holy cats. Hey, Miss Red Violet. Hey, give me a call, honey. Give me a call, please. I want to chat with you. Anytime over the weekend or this evening. How is everybody? You would think this was Mercury retrograde, wouldn't you? Because it's just all my electronics have decided they don't want to act right. Well, there you have it. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to do down and dirty. You guys can hear me okay? I hope. Please leave me some hearts if you can hear me. Okay, sounds good, hon. Well, evidently you can hear me because you just answered my question back. So, all right, this is what we're going to do today. We are going to, I haven't done this in a while. We're going to do the new moon readings for the Scorpio, the upcoming Scorpio new moon that, as you guys know, begins on, or it occurs on November the 4th. And what I did is I grabbed like quite a few, these are, which ones? The quantums. I grabbed quite a few different oracle decks. Hopefully they're not. And we're going to like grab at least one or so of each. And then I do have the tarot as well. Okay. So for those of you watching back, we'll try to get some timestamps up as well. Okay. We'll try to get the timestamps up as soon as possible. But we are going to have different graphics to show you what's what. So if you got a chance to watch my other video that I just did last night on the new moon, I talked about the astrology. I talked about a few other bits and pieces about it. This is really it's seven things you need to know about the new moon. So go check that out on the channel. I'll make sure it's in the end screen as well so that you can have a link to that video. However, I will say this, that this new moon is a lot about shadow work. It's a lot about identifying what's important to you. It's a lot about making sure that people understand they cannot overstep your boundaries. It's about you stepping in and actually creating your own boundaries as well. You'll get some help from the universe, but not like as much as you might normally would. This is like a time for you to basically face your ish. Okay. This is it's, you know, we would say in the church, come to Jesus time. It's time for you to face your ish. It's time for you to face head on. There's been some people that's been for you. There's been some people that's been against you. There's been some energies you're walking in or you're interacting with or your things that you're doing that you know you're not meant to do it on a full-time, long-term basis, but you've been reticent and rather like, I don't really want to change. Well, you like now you got to face it. It's time to face the facts. Okay, so let's see what we've got going here. So I am going to show you, first of all, what decks we're using and then we'll come back. So we are going to be using the Dark Mirror Oracle deck. That is going to give us a good idea of what shadow work you need to do. Then this is a brand new deck that I just got. God, I'm so happy with it. It's called the Elemental Oracle. So this is rather a shamanic deck. It's all about alchemy, science, and magic. It's got, you know, the various shamanic elements and some contained within it. So that's going to give us a really good idea of what to use. And then we also have our Quantum Oracle deck. And this is another, like, how do we step into the quantum? How do we go on and begin to heal? What do we do in all these cases, right? How do we, because part of shadow work is transformation and transmutation and then reintegration, right? We talked about this a little bit last night. So don't forget that. We need to definitely do that, okay? So, and then I've got actually the Modern Witch Tarot here, so it'll be the first time I'm using her as well. I just bought her. This deck is a little larger than the cards are huge. Anywho's all right, are we finally ready to go? So we are going to get started, and here we go with Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Alrighty. So what we're going to do first, let me go back over to this screen. Thank you. What we're going to do first is we are going to pull from the Dark Mirror Oracle, and we're going to see what area of shadow work, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising, we really need to be concentrating on. Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're just getting started. Thank you guys for coming on board, and I know was more than one start and stop. Downcast Pride. So, Downcast Pride. I will refer to the book if I'm not familiar with the card per se. So, let me just kind of take a peek at that. Downcast Pride. Bending to adapt becomes an excuse for the habit of bending. So, Aries, are you kind of either forcing somebody else to bend to your will, or are you bending to somebody else's will, but you're kind of giving this excuse for yourself that you're actually doing what's right? In other words, like, it's really my idea, but it's really that other person kind of manipulating you. So I can see where that could go either way for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So let's just make sure that we're not just bending to other people's will. And let's also make sure we're not manipulating other people to bend to ours. So what's some of the energy that's going to be able to assist us through this? Plants, okay? If this is from the Elemental Oracle, I would say definitely it's time, and this is probably going to be a consistent theme, time for you, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising, to get to nature. Like, in order for you to, you're going to have to ground yourself, because I feel like Aries, I've got all this energy kind of running around, which, like, and it's kind of helter-skelter, and it's not really, like, focused. Because some of you are afraid of losing the person that you're with, or afraid of losing your job, or you're afraid of some sort of loss, and you think that if you bow down and cower to what their wills are and their desires, that all of a sudden, it's all going to work out. So this could be a rather empathic, narcissistic situation. Also, I will say this, though, Aries, if you're being, like, slightly the narcissist, I'm not saying that you are, like, a narcissist, but sometimes if you have some narcissistic tendencies, you really need to also see what's good for that other person and not just what's good for you. And grounding and being in nature is definitely going to help you. Like, get back in touch with Gaia, get back in touch with, like, the humanity side, and probably do some shadow work on your inner child. Maybe you didn't feel like you got your way enough as a child, or maybe you didn't feel like you got the love that you needed, and so this is why you're acting or reacting this way. And the Ascended Masters from the Quantum Oracle can definitely assist you in that journey. So let's see what we have for any clarification, please, for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Clarification for Aries, Sun, Moon, and rising. So we have the Two of Wands here. Yeah, you're going to have to, clarifying the dark mirror, you're going to have to make a passionate decision. Are you going to decide you, or are you going to decide to kind of stay in this state of, I'm just kind of going along to get along, but I'm kidding myself that this is really my desire. Seven of Cups, you've got to go out and you're literally going to have to make the choice, and you're going to have more than one opportunity during this new moon cycle to make that choice of whether or not, this whole lunar cycle, right, between the new moon here in Scorpio and then the full moon in Taurus, you're going to have the opportunity to make that decision, whether, and multiple choices all along the way. Right? You're going to choose right, or you're going to, you know what I'm saying? You're going to choose, what's of the highest good and, kill the ego, or what are we going to do? And then as a clarification to the Ascendant Masters, the Devil, and this is what I'm going to say for you guys. And on the bottom of the deck, I have the Two of Swords. This is decision time for you, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. The reason I feel like this card is here is because sometimes we can use spirituality in a toxic way, or sometimes we can view somebody's level above us. This could be a boss. This could be, whatever. Like, we've given our power over to somebody else as well. So just be careful that, first of all, as you're going through this and doing the shadow work, that you're not like elevating, like thinking of yourself in a very haughty manner, right? So this isn't like that sort of situation. Like, you're not necessarily better than anybody, right? We're all equal. So, and I'm not saying this in negative, so I don't want to see a whole lot of Aries like in the chat down below, or in the comments. What I'm trying to say to you is be careful of spiritual ego, because it can be toxic and it can be intoxicating. So as you're elevating yourself and as you're removing yourself from these bounds and from these situations, I'm just going to encourage you to, again, remain grounded, remain true to spirit and true to yourself, and really clear out some of this inner child. I just keep hearing Aries, inner child, like that you're not happy with, like, what I'm saying, there's been a lot going on in your childhood. Okay, all right, that was Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's move. I want to check the chat really quick. Hello, everybody. Hey, Douglas, how are you? Hey, D Virgo, Tarot, how are you, love? Please, as you're watching the replay or as you're here, please go and subscribe to my sister over in the UK. Hello, dear. And hi, Elaine. Hello, hello. So hopefully we're still streaming. Okay, I guess we are. All right, here we go. Let's go to Taurus. Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We are going to pull from the dark mirror first. What do we have? Please, Spirit, one card for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. One card for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising, please. What shadow work does Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising have to work on? Hiding your true self, Taurus. Why are you keeping yourself hidden? Like, you're not letting loose, Taurus. Like, I feel like you're holding back because you're afraid of hurting other people's feelings, but really what's happening to you is you are only hurting yourself. You cannot keep hiding who you are and stop denying it at this point. What do we have? What's going to help with the Elemental Oracle, please? One card, please, for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. East, beginnings. So this is a season at the new moon. This is a new beginning for you, Taurus. A new beginning for you, Taurus, where you're finally allowing your true self to be rebirthed, reborn, recast, like just coming out, right? Just coming out. And then let's get one of the quantum oracles that's going to help you with the energy you should flow in. What assistance do we have from Spirit, please? Oh, stuck energy. I think there's some things that need to get unstuck. Yep, you need to. And then I pulled that, definitely. You've got this whole optimism, right? You've got this like happy energy that's stuck within you. And I feel like for some of you, you're actually wanting to, like, you feel like you've got to be Debbie Downer and this hardcore harsh kind of boom, it's only got to be this way, we can't do it any other way. In order for you to feel like I think that's what you feel like everybody's expecting of you. But really what Spirit is asking you to do is like flip that mindset, so you're not looking at the glass half empty, you're looking at the glass half full. And that glass that can then be filled to the rim. So when you hide that optimistic and that happy side of yourself, when you hide the joyful side of yourself, when you hide the loving and supportive and caring and creative side of yourself, Taurus, because it does exist, what happens then is that negativity just overrides the fear, the need and the desire to control, and the disdain for other people, right? Because they're not following what you want them to do. But it's not about that. It's about shining your own light so that they can follow you, okay? Ace of Wands. This is a new way for you to even look at life, think about life, live life. This is passion. Unlock your true passions. If you're in a job where you're not fulfilled and you're just like, this is not for me, and you've been knowing this for years and years and years, it's time for you to go. It's time for me to fly. 8 of Cups. Walk away from that which is not serving you and walk towards your new beginnings in the East. Walk towards your new beginnings in the East. The Hanged One. You've kept this energy so stuck within you and so bottled up within you that unfortunately the blessings and the new life that the universe has had for you and has been waiting for you to just let loose and to create is just, it's been in a holding pattern. But you're going to get very Knight of Swords. You're going to get swift communication from your spirit guides, from source. It's themselves, from your angels, your ancestors. You're going to get communication, and the people around you. It's like all of a sudden you'll be like, yeah, I knew I was supposed to start that business, or I knew I was supposed to move into a different company, or I knew I was supposed to go start doing this shadow work, or really working on empowering myself. And not only is it going to come from the spirit realm, but all the people around you. And there's going to be, there's a fire sign involved, could be a Leo, could also be either an Aries or a Sag, but very strong fire placements or very strong fire energy that's going to be very inspirational, like a mentor, or, you know, a speaker, and that's not going to let you get away with just like not just being sedentary and not moving. Okay, so that is Taurus. It is, as it is 1:11 here in the Midwest of the States. So that was Taurus. Let's move forward. I know I'm going very quickly to Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome everyone that's popping in. Hello, everybody in the chat, wherever you are. Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, well, we're going to put that over to the side. There's something about hiding your true self, but I don't believe that was the actual one for you. Ooh. Parasite. Who's sucking the life out of who, Gemini? Are you I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that you're getting the life sucked out of you. You could be in a narcissistic situation if you're empathic, right? Where it's just they're sucking the life out of you. And you're also potentially allowing fear and all these thoughts of the general, you know, like listening to news or listening to outside sources that are just creating this like sense of fear and dread, and that's literally sucking the life out of you. Oceans, bravery. Are you gonna have, you need water. Some of you are dehydrated, literally. Some of you need to drink more water. Take some spiritual baths. So that would be like with cleansing baths, right? With like Epsom salts in them. Yeah, different salt baths, right? Just different salt baths. Sometimes people have put sea salt in the bath as well. And remember, you put the salt in the bath to clean and draw out, and you let that water out, wash out the tub, and then you put in oils to seal. So you could put olive oil or frankincense oil or myrrh, lavender oil, any of the oils. If you put it in your water, oil seals, salt draws. So if you're going to, you really need to be by water, and that's not normal. You need to also get in touch with your feelings. Not normal meaning for you, because you're air. You need to get in touch with your feelings and be brave enough to face your feelings and be brave enough to face the fact that there are things you're going to need to cut out in order for you to rise and to ascend, right? Professional assistance. So some of you might be going through some type of, separation, divorce, maybe separation from your job, or you could be needing to seek out professional assistance from a shaman, from a healer, from a mentor, from a teacher, to help you through this, like getting rid of the parasites so you can actually live. That sounds really icky, doesn't it? But you can do this. I know you can do this. The Fool. This is. Some of you are just realizing for the first time that now, like, you're hearing me say this. I mean, you've known it, but you're just finally recognizing it. This could be somebody that you are having, that you're in relationship with the Two of Cups, but you care about this person very much in whatever fashion. And I do get justice. Listen, I'm not one for to say, dump, divorce, whatever. This could be a Libra that's involved. But I see it more as this whole situation is out of balance. So this could be a friend. It doesn't have to be a lover, or it doesn't have to be a significant other. But it's like the light's finally going on lately that this is not a good situation. Okay, what else do we have? Judgment, Page of Pentacles, and Knight of Pentacles. Wow. They started out as a friend in some sort of situation. You have felt like they were meant to be in your life for forever. Like this was a partnership that was always going to last. This was like destiny. What I'm seeing here is that you need to be careful about how the people that you allow to enter into your life, because the next set of people, there's still going to be some tests and some trials is what I'm seeing. But you got to be brave enough to say what was once good is not good anymore, or what I thought was good is not of my highest judgment good. Okay. It's going to be a slower walk. You're going to want to run it, but again, you're going to need to do some spiritual cleansing first before you do anything. The professional assistance with the Moon, all the secrets are going to begin to come out again. Here we go. You got to leave those things behind you, those feelings, those that are just not serving you. They're not of your highest good. Your self-confidence is taking a hit, and that will come back. There's going to be new choices in your life that are all going to be very good. You've been Nine of Swords, extremely anxious, extremely worried, because I feel like this person, this person has really broken. You feel heartbroken by the fact that it's not going to work out. However, your ship is coming in on the other side with that Three of Wands. So please, 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 it's time for you to separate in some form of fashion, or at least extricate your energy, because they are literally sucking the life out of you. This may be a pattern that you've had throughout your lifetime. So again, be just careful about that situation as well. And that's what us healers, teachers, shamans, astrologers, that's what we're here for, right? So seek someone that knows what's going on. Hey, Miss Anna. This is so weird. It's like, it's telling me there's like nobody here. Okay. All right. All right. Well, The East. Hey, gang. I'm so sorry. I did not see your, it wasn't updating on my phone. Um, the East is just a representative of Elaine of new beginnings in shamanistic practices. So the East always as an element represents beginnings. So you could be beginning anew in the West. All right, that was Gemini. That was a little heavier than I usually get for the gems. I hope everything's okay. Leave me some comments down there, Gem. All right, Cancer. Cancer, sun, moon, and rising. Cancer, sun, moon, and rising. One card from the Dark Mirror Oracle. What do Cancerians, sun, moon, and rising have to work on? Ooh, Cancer. Revenge. Who y'all, who we boxing with? Who we... Cancer, I'm gonna tell you something. Us Cancers can be like that, though, man. We can get like that. Revenge is a dish best served cold, right? So we can get like that. If you do us dirty, boy, who, Cancer, let it go. Let it go, let it go. Don't hold on to it. Ooh, my goodness, you want some revenge? Someone really hurt you, Cancer. Depth, the lake. So again, Cancerians, not shocking. This is the feelings about this person or these people, the situation runs deep. And while I don't think that I don't feel like Cancerians we're really like actively seeking revenge. It's that like hatred that's sitting in here and just like, you know, like every time you, I mean, I know I'm not the only person that every time I might hear somebody's name or something, like I hear a name of an organization or something, that just feeling of comes up. And then we have fear as an energy. I believe we still have to overcome that and then replace that with joyous fun. All right, let's see what's going on. Let me get some. And this is, again, Elemental Oracle, and that's the Quantum Oracle. I don't think I've used... did I use this one yet? Nope. The Elemental and the Quantum, this is the first time I'm ever using them. So you guys get the first readings from them. I don't do this that often anymore since it's kind of fun for me. Thanks, guys, for liking, subscribing, and sharing. And please do share this live. Revenge, Hierophant. Oh, boy. Cancer, somebody has really that you revered, that you held in high esteem, that you had a lot of faith in. They've hurt you. They have disappointed you. They have not done right by you. And you're very hurt, right? And this could be recently, or this can be, honestly, this is what I'm feeling. You've been holding on to the hurt from some people for so long. It is like festered into like a spiritual cancer. It's time for it to come out. Okay, that whole thing is dead and gone. I need you to let it go, right? Spirit's like saying you've got to let it go. Yes, you held this person or these people or this group or whatever in the highest regard, but it didn't work. Okay, 5 of Swords into the lake. This is a deep conversation within yourself. Like you're arguing back and forth with yourself about, well, do I get them back or do I not? You always have to be the high priestess, though, and follow not just your intuition, but stop kicking yourself for not hearing clearly the first time around. First of all. Second of all, the high priestess did not come down off her throne, just like the empress, to go and fight peasants. Now, I'm not meaning that to be a bad thing, but I'm not being trying to be funny, but that's just true. 9 of Cups, this is all about loving yourself and less about what that other person did to you. So forgiveness is so important in this whole ascension process. So whatever area, Cancerians, that you've been hurt or injured by, institutions and whatnot, or people that represent institutions, and that's a time for us to let it go. I think we sometimes carry this fear that we're going to be duped again, but once you heal this wound of how you got to that place, you won't. Yeah. So study why, the Hermit, study why you're in this spot that you feel like, oh my God, I can't move forward. And then go out and have some fun, for goodness sakes. Laugh, enjoy the Chariot. Okay, on a motorcycle. Okay, listen. Go out and have a good time. Don't worry about other people. Don't worry about the rest of the BS. Like, just go out and have fun and stop being in this fear of you're going to get caught up in the same kind of situation and potentially taken for a ride. Okay. Yo, I'm going to be late for a meeting. All right. Here we go. And now we have got Leo. I know these are fast and furious, y'all. We doing good. Leo, sun, moon, and rising. Leo, sun, moon, and rising. So let's get a dark mirror for Leo. Hey, Illuminating Mystic, how are you? Sun, moon, and rising. Oh, wow. From the Dark Mirror Oracle, the child I was meant to be. Leo, oh, wow. This is inner child time. And that's probably not an area, now that I think about the Leos that I love dearly. Inner child work sometimes is not like, this is like, for some Leos, I feel like you're also like saying, I need to be the child that my father or my mother always wanted me to be. And I'm not being that right now, or I haven't done that, or I've made a whole lot of mistakes. So for some of you, it's that this residual living up to other people's expectations, when the reality of it is the life that you've gone through is the life that you had to go through. Right? You chose to go through these things for various reasons. For some of you, it is healing that inner child of not receiving the love, the adoration, and all of that you deserved. Okay? That you deserved. Life, breath. I want you to allow Spirit to breathe the breath of life into you anew. To renew your faith, excuse me, not only in yourself, but in humanity as well. Allow your ancestors and your loved ones that have transitioned and your angels to come and speak to you, hold you tight, breathe, right? And renew your love for life. Back and forth, your intention has been wavering because you're not sure, you're like, I want to do this, but I'm not sure. So when you can't set clear intentions, the universe can't help you. But if you can decide, here we go, happy success. If you can decide on one course, right, you'll be great. Here we have the Chariot, so that could be a Cancerian coming in and doing her motherly thing, their motherly situation. Six of Swords. I just feel like if you can grasp onto what this is all about quickly and move on it quickly, like, meaning you're hearing me, so now you're going to go and you're going to, act on it. You're going to end up turning this around to a victorious and healthy way to look at life. And you're going to find victory in your life, and things are going to calm down. This Eight of Swords, you've been feeling, it's like the trap that you are feeling yourself in, it's you put yourself there. Like, you're still there even though you're free to leave. So, right, but with this breath of life, you've got to be courageous to live. Queen of Wands, yeah, y'all can tend to be very, I'm really feeling myself. I'm feeling myself, but, have faith in yourself. And those people that have been really important to you in your lifetime are going to be very supportive right now. So find the supportive ones that just make you feel like you're $1,000,001, right? And some of you could be wanting to get engaged at this point. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of communication here. Who is it from? Ship is coming in. I feel like guides, yeah. There's going to be a lot of communication from your guides, your ancestors, just the spirit realm. And there's going to be some humans that are going to come into play as well and come into your realm to help you with this magician, to help you with this recreation, being an active co-creator of your new world. A whole new world, right? That's what, so that this child can finally grow up. Let this child grow up and be what this child always wanted to be, Leo. It still can happen. Dreams do come true. Hey, Douglas. Yeah, I'm on Leo. I'm moving on to, Leo moon, inner child. There's a lot of inner child work going on at this moon for you, Leo, sun, moon, and rising. Okay, we're moving on to Virgo. Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. All right. These are some down and dirty, quick. But I think this is going to be helpful if you put this along with the astrology we talked about yesterday. We're going to talk about, we're going to build our crystal grids here shortly. Artificial heart. I need a sip. Hold on. Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. You're not in touch with your real feelings. You are not allowing your real feelings to come to the surface so they can get healed. You're hiding. You got to stop hiding. You have to allow yourself to feel the feelings. You have to allow yourself to feel the emotion. You have to allow your heart to be a little broken sometimes in order for it to heal. Okay? That is a requirement to move forward. Beginnings. This is a new, and I'll take that for you from the Elemental Oracle. This is a new, fresh start for you, because we're going into unknown territory. And I know it's scary to feel those feelings, because it's like, I just want to go on. I don't want to sit here and rehash this stuff. I got to do something, and then I'm going to move forward, and then maybe we'll come back to that later. But what's happened is you've done so much of that come back to that later never comes. Later never happens, and now we have layer upon layer upon layer upon layer, and now this is like shadow. What do we got? Oh, that's interesting. Back, forth and forth. Your higher self. If you find the courage to tap into your higher self in a way that you've never done before, and allow your higher self to guide you, you won't be doing this back and forth. The problem is you're trying to make so many decisions that are really decisions that need to be based upon your intuition and your emotion and your emotional intelligence and your emotional energy, and then you're trying to apply logic to that. It doesn't always work that way. So the problem is that because you're doing that, you end up not really able to make, see, this is huge, not really able to make a full-on complete decision, right? You kind of say, well, but Logically, it could be this way. Logically, it could be that way. Oh my goodness. Logically, it could be this or that or the third, but the problem is that because you're not allowing your intuition to help guide you, right, you end up not able to make a decision at all. Sorry, guys. Let me get this going for Virgo because I feel like we're going to need some mass clarity here. Don't shoot the messenger, Virgo. Let's see what we've got to clarify the artificial heart. Six of Swords. Let me tell you something. You have felt, yeah, at the Ten of Swords. You thought that if you just shut up and took it, or you didn't like really make a big whoop-de-woo about it, you didn't show your true feelings, you didn't allow that to come out, you'd find victory. What's happened is you've gotten stabbed in the back 50 million times. It ain't helped nothing. Right? But with the Emperor, you've been a tad bit stubborn in maintaining that stance. Now, this beginnings. Give me some clarification on the beginnings card, please. For Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Six of Wands. If you do something new, do something different, do it differently than you've ever done it before, you'll get new results. Nine of Wands. Please defend yourself in your position. Silence is not a defense sometimes. So please defend yourself in your position. Okay? Don't allow people to just come in and run roughshod over you. There's a lot of wand energy. This is like, this new beginning is for you to get off your behind and actually feel the fire. And then I'm going to need you to like burn up all of this other garbage that's been like there for forever as you're doing your shadow work. Because once you get that burn out, you're going to find that you're going to have clarity of conscience. You're no longer going to be in a holding pattern. You're going to finally find peace where there was worry. Remember, the Four of Swords is after the Three of Swords. So you've had your heart broken. You might have had it trampled on. You may have had it pierced more than three times. But you need to get clarity of thought and have a peaceful sense of rest. You're not going to get there until you allow your higher self to take control, leave what's no longer serving you, and then that's when we get to the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, we get to the Ten of Pentacles. Abundance in every area, because I see a bunch of seedlings that are sprouting, but they can't get to the sun because there's this doom and gloom that's overshadowing. You got to clear this negative energy out so you don't keep drawing it back to you. Like with this artificial heart card, you keep drawing it back. You can't get truth if you're not giving truth. You cannot attract truth if you're not giving truth. And if you're not being true to yourself, you are definitely not going to attract truth to yourself. Ooh, Virgos, y'all be like, Heifer, you be getting on my case. Hey, Judith, how are you, dear? Y'all be like, this heifer, it gets on my case. All right, we're halfway through. Libra. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh, I might have to come on later on this week and do some more card pulls, as I forgot how much fun this was. Okay, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let me see what shadow work we need to do. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Sun, Moon, and Rising. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Queen of my world. I'm going to look at, hold on. What? Child, what is y'all up to? Okay, hold on. Queen of my world. I set limits to my world. Inside I am queen and outside is lost. Oh, I am my world and my world is me. I am royalty. This is what you need to say to yourself. there's a space out and a space in. There is my realm and what is mine, and there are other places. I will not care if my world is made of thorn and ice, and if it's carved by my blood. My world is my world. I rule. I decide it's his borders, and I am law. I am princess. I am the blood in the veins of its heart. I am the warrior and the bride. I am alone, and I am the first among many. Be fearful of my world, because it's paved of my hopes and dreams. You have no power there. I am greater than the stars and more beautiful than the moon. But do you really believe that? Have you shut everybody else out of your world, Libra, so that they can't come in and add to it? I'm just asking. Or have you not taken enough control of your world that you really don't believe that you're queen of your world or king? That's deep. Let's see what the elemental has. Motion or air? Well, this is say you be you. Like, let you be the you that you need to be. And let's get a quantum. New supportive connection. What did I just say, Libra? Yes, you're the queen of your world, or king, however you identify, or the royalty of your world. But I feel like the air is stale in there, because you're not allowing anything fresh to come in, because you've been hurt right before. You've been hurt before. Maybe you've been taken advantage of. Whatever the case is, it's been a problem before. And so you kind of shut it down and brought everything in close. And you thought that that was going to be the way that the ship was going to come in. You don't communicate to very many people, but I feel like you're also, some of you, this is not everybody, so please, this is general reading. Some of you you're kind of reaching out because you really do want to create new friendships and new relationships. You really do want to create something new. Ooh, ooh, ooh. But there's been some toxic people that have been your friends before. Ooh, and some of them have been very close to you. Also, though, on the flip side, see, I think all this needs to heal, because this really can happen. Like, you can't really speak your will into existence. You really can. And you do all the time. We got to be careful with our words and our thoughts. Remember what I said last night, or on October 27th, I think it was. There could be a Capricorn here. There could be a Gemini here. We got some water signs here. We got everything going on here. What I'm seeing here, though, is also, while this has hurt you before, you're going to have some new supportive connections that are going to come in and want to partner and support and just love on you. You're going to need to let that happen. Yeah, all this anxiety is not helping. These sleepless nights. I do feel, though, that sometimes you have these sleepless nights because Spirit's trying to talk to you. And also show you who your new partner is. There is very much a Tower moment at hand. You will have a new offer that comes in, and it will be quite lucrative and very much in balance. This person's not coming to you with this offer and they're not themselves settled. Yeah. They're already creating their own world. They're wanting to help and partner with you. You know, the Empress doesn't rule alone. She does have an emperor. It's okay. So really, I think clearing out this old pain is really where we're at, of where you tried to create something with somebody before. You tried to partner with other people. You tried to work with, to collaborate in some form or fashion. But then you're just like, you know what? I'm just going to shut this shit down because it's not doing, it's not good. you know, they hurt you and they betrayed you, and you're not having it. So that's what I have for Libra. Clear out those old wounds. Don't hold on to them. You know, sometimes some of us can hold on to grudges for a long time. We can hold on to that hurt. And remember, hurt only attracts hurt. Pain attracts pain. It doesn't attract pleasure. It was pain before pleasure. That was my claim to fame. Ooh. Fire and Desire, guys. For those of you all that missed that reference, Rick James and Tina Marie. Okay, here we go. We're moving on to Scorpio since we're singing Fire and Desire. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh, my goodness me. Okay. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. One card, please. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh, forgetting oneself. Let's see. Let me see what that's about. Forgetting oneself. Guys, you know, listen, you don't have an oracle deck memorized. Time is an eternal present, not fleeting but locked. No progress is no regress either. So, like, even though I'm not moving forward, I ain't moving backwards, so it's okay. Ancient Hermes, a grown-up Cupid shrined by Laurel, Mirth, and Lotus. He is the welcoming allure of all the present moment. The allure of the present moment. The warm embrace which numbs everything else. If you let go of the pressure and the pain, if you let go of enough of your identity and of the context you live in, then you will just feel better. So, this could be, you're thinking a tad bit too highly of yourself, my dear, so you might want to put that in check. Or this could be, or this could be that you are literally, you've lost yourself in this grand quest. Whatever that quest is, that you've lost your true self and you need to find yourself again. Joy, find some music. Strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song. I feel like you let somebody steal your joy and steal your music, steal your happiness, because you've been like going for this dream or this vision or this situation that somebody else is. Oh, what's behind there? And creation, water. You need to create your own song. I felt all flushed with fever, embarrassed by the crowd. I felt he found my letters and read each one out loud, right? I prayed that he would finish, but he just kept right on. So who's taken so much from you, Scorpio, that you just feel like they know everything about you, so it's almost like you have to stay loyal to them, or they know so much about you and then they're just kind of like embarrassing you, or they're putting you out there, or they've made you feel vulnerable in a way and you feel like you just gotta kind of keep going, or you don't want you know, or you know that underneath that strong exterior is really a very soft underbelly. And you're not trying to, for anyone to see that, but that's part of who you are. Page of Pentacles. I think you may have just kind of pushed away friends, right? And people that really loved and cared about you. You know, could be a Cancer, could be another water sign, but, and then I think you did it for self-preservation. You felt like there was secrets running around, but I also feel like you're keeping the secret from yourself that you actually do need people. And that soft underbelly, that, don't forget you're a water sign, so the emotion is part of who you are. Nine of Cups, and finding your song again and finding your joy again and recreating your world. You are going to fall in love with yourself all over again. Oh, well, that's interesting. Everything is fine. That just threw me way off. That's Ten of Swords, right? So, but everything is fine. Like, what the story you're telling yourself is not the actual story of how people view you or what people think of you. And with the Eight of Swords, you got yourself, like, this Eight of Swords is crazy because not only is she not surrounded by swords, she's got like two outs here. She can go out back, she can go out front. Her legs ain't tied, like, literally. That rope is loose. And don't forget that you are deserving of happiness and you are deserving of peace and prosperity. You're deserving of balance. There could be a Libra that's involved. You could be getting a settlement of some sort that will help as well. Four of Cups. Yeah, there's been something that's been really on your mind for a long time. And this has been like a problem, right? This has been something you've been thinking about for a while. You need to get back into balance. So I do see your money coming as you get your energy back in shape, right? You learn to be okay with who you are on every level. Money and everything come into balance, and then you leave this like really argumentative, very tormented kind of way of thinking and way of life and way of speaking even about yourself, and you're moving towards much calmer waters. And I see there being like renewed or new communication between at least two parties that were very, very, you know, this could be an ex, you know, lover, or it could be a friend or a partner or whomever, but I do see that coming back. But you've got to really let go of this self-torture almost of, you know, just like not being willing to be vulnerable, because then you only attract toxic energy or you misinterpret what someone's doing as toxic. Okay. All right. Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. And I drink from the cup of Yoda. Okay. Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. Let's grab a dark mirror. Thanks again, guys, for being here. I so very much appreciate it. Do not forget that down in the description box below, or if you go to my website, heartofinspiration.net, you will be able to sign up for my email updates. And if you already have signed up for my email updates, go to the free downloads page and you will be able to download the new moon in Scorpio. The crystal grid, I lost it just that fast. It's a 3-page PDF. It's going to give you the grid layout. It's going to give you an explanation of why I feel like I was drawn to choose the sacred geometric shapes that comprise the grid, and then that the crystals are placed in, and then there's a full page on which crystals I'm using and why I place them in the positions they're in. So that's completely free at heartofinspiration.net. I'm going to choose one more. I've got Downcast Pride. This is for Sag, right? Could be. Oh my God. Downcast pride and parasite. Okay. I'm going to keep the downcast pride here. So who's manipulating? Let me tell you something. Sagittarius, you guys tend to get a bad rap for being like a Sag gone wrong can be very narcissistic. You guys are very charismatic. You can whip people up into like, yes, let's do it, right? So just be careful you're not being manipulated. Much like Aries, you guys got to be careful that you're not being manipulated and used because of your fiery, charismatic ways. You need to get into motion. We've got air there, and I'm okay with that. And let's get a card. Well, okay, tell you what, let's do this. One more. And this is the Quantum Oracle. I'm going to pull one last Oracle card from. And then we'll get some clarification from the Witch's Tarot. The new witch. Right? Wow. Let's try it again. That same card popped up. Okay. Behind a mask and the healing light. Okay, sorry guys, I gotta look at the last night's getting over 4 astrologers doing tarot reading and 5 signs general reading as they were showing up on, oh no, it's my YouTube scan. Hey Lori, how are you? Oh my gosh, it's not bad, okay? Let me look at this here. Downcast pride and parasite. I kind of want to, guys, let me pull one more. Let me shuffle this because I'm still not feeling like that's completely it. Like, I feel like there's some of you that are being manipulated a bit. If it pops up again, then we'll keep it. But, you know, I don't want your kindness to be taken for weakness. And I also don't want you to feel like you have to be overly kind and overly generous to people to keep them in your life, Sagittarius. I think, you know, sometimes what can happen is we can end up, because of childhood wounds, we end up with this feeling like, oh my God, I've got to do that, right? In order, yeah, colorless angel, like there wasn't enough light shown on you, right? Like, this brightness, like you wanted to be this bright being, and then what was happening is that unfortunately people were just, again, either not giving you the love that you deserved or what have you, where you had to be like the peacemaker during your childhood, and that can cause problems later where you're always the people pleaser then, right? And so this is something that we need to work on during the shadow work period of the new moon. Get yourself into motion, get yourself you know, speak well over yourself instead of allowing people to speak negatively over you. It's time for you to think of yourself in a new way, and it might be time for you to think of the other people that are in your world or the energies that you are entertaining in a new way as well. Yeah, let that chapter close. This is inner child time too as well, so there might be some inner child work that you need to do to bring yourself, yeah, Six of Pentacles, to bring yourself into balance. Right? You're giving from an empty cup right now. You're giving from a dry well. You don't have that luxury. Okay? Air. Hang on one second. What do we need for this here? Yeah, Ace of Wands. This is a new, so when we get when we get air and fire together, what happens? It's like becomes like this huge bonfire. So let this new passion of yourself, like renewed passion of yourself that's been on hold with the Hanged One for so very long, let that come to light, right? And it's time to really move forward, heal the disappointments, face the disappointments and the heartbreak of the past forward, and then so that you can move into this Four of Wands, new life, new existence, right? Love, yada, yada, yada. But moving into that. Okay, it's time for you to move into that. Bear with me one second, like into life purpose. And this was representing the 1111, right? This 1111 card, like life purpose, destiny, like, oh, everything's great. Oh, we have a relationship, or whatever the case is, right? Remember that all of this shadow work we're doing here, because 11/4 is 1 week from 11/11. 7 days, exactly, 7 days. 7 days. So what you create, we're going to talk about this later. What you create in this week or deconstruct in this week is what's going to propel your new creation and your new beginning, because it's really 8 days. Your new beginning on 11/11. Now y'all could take that. We're going to talk about that. That's some deep stuff right there. So behind the mask, I think you've been hiding your true feelings, the healing light. Some of you are in relationships. It's coming to a close. Again, this is a tower. This new moon is tower time. But step into the healing light. You don't have to do this like by yourself as far as not stepping into the light. And you will find victory. I'm getting that a lot. Whoop. 5 of Cups. It's overwhelming because I'm asking you to deal with emotions, man. I get it. But remember, with this 3 cups over to the side, the betrayal and all of that, you still have 2 cups over here. So there's still a reunion to happen, or a union to happen. And that union could be with yourself and yourself in spirit. Oh, here's another 5, child. And listen, don't worry about if that person is being felt like they are. Don't worry about if you feel like you're leaving somebody out in the cold, because you're not. You have to renew your faith in yourself. You have to renew your faith in spirit. You have to set yourself in a very solid spiritual energetic space. Continue that studying. Your ship is coming in. Some of you are going to move into a lot of very high priestess, very highly spiritual, like we call them soulpreneurs or whatever, but you're going to go into the healing arts. Okay. And it's going to be soon with the Page of Cups, 7 of Pentacles. There's going to be a lot of different choices that you'll have at your disposal. But the Queen of Swords, it'll be you living your truth and all of your wishes fulfilled then at that point. And then it's going to be time to celebrate. I did not know these cards were so naked. I'm so sorry, guys. So sorry, Saggies and everybody. I'll have to keep. Okay, Sagittarius. All right. All right, guys, hang on 1 second here. I have one thing I have to do. You guys just chill for just 1 second here. I'm going to put this up here while I talk to you. Very quick break. There's something I need to do here. Hang And I apologize, guys. There's something I was supposed to be doing, and of course I'm running late. So hang on 1 second. And
recording in progress.
Hang on. Hang on. I'm starting a meeting on the side. We'll just chop this out later. We'll just chop this out later. One moment as I'm waiting. And hold on. I'm so sorry, guys. Just give me just one moment. Okay, perfect. Okay.
Hi, Anya. Hello. How are you?
Okay. All right. Uh-oh. That's a bad thing. That's a bad thing. Sorry, guys. All right. I'm back. Okay. Sorry, gang. So we left off at Sag, right? Hey, Elizabeth. How are you? All right. We are going to move forward now to Capricorn. All right, Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising. Sun, moon, and rising. Capricorn. Okay, let's get a dark moon to find out. Dark mirror. I call it dark moon. It's not dark moon. Dark mirror. Okay. See what the shadow energy is that Capricorn needs to work on? One card, please. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Wow, this Pride card just keeps coming up. Are a lot of people kind of like giving up their power to other people and people pleasing and just like, oh, I don't want to be without you, so I'm gonna like just kind of give in? Maybe that's what's happening, and we're reclaiming our power back during this season. Quite interesting. Here we go, Capricorn, which makes sense for me. Plants, growth in the plants, using plants as a healing tool, nature as a healing tool. And then from the Quantum Oracle, conflict brings resolution, guys. You have to take the honoring path, Capricorn, and have great gratitude for the whole journey. Cappies, this is what I'm seeing, is that there are some areas of your life that you're just kind of like letting others kind of run it. Now, it may be because in the past you've made some choices that you feel like you haven't always made the best choices, and therefore you needed to how can I put this? You needed to kind of take a step back and learn, which is totally fine. But don't let that then overrun who you really are. And don't take all of that on as if I can't then like really truly be myself, or I can't truly expand, or I can't truly have pride. I also feel like somebody is just kind of like, as a child, probably there was a lot of like beating you down, beating you over the head, beating you down. A lot of just kind of emotional and mental abuse, right? Hopefully it wasn't physical. Maybe for some of you it was. But again, it's put you in this inner child situation where it's put you in this position where you really need to heal. So I feel like you yourself, there's going to be some root chakra. When this plant card came up for you guys, I feel like there's some root chakra work that needs to be done to like really kind of bolster your foundation and your self-confidence, and some sacral chakra work so that you can really grow and expand and be the person you have always been meant to be. Conflict. So not everybody is going to be appreciative of the fact that you're no longer letting them kind of control you in a way. And I know this is interesting for me to say to Capricorn, but you have a way of kind of, you can give into, like, it's not like you don't acquiesce. Even though, people say, oh no, they're Cappies are some of the nicest, of course, in my opposing sign, some of the nicest people. Seven of Cups, this is going to be a choice that you have to make. And I honestly feel like, oh my gosh, Eight of Wands, that, what the situation I feel like is that you've had a lot of very ugly or abusive emotional relationships. And maybe some of them were very intimate as well. So that was tough. Right? That was a toughie. Just make sure nobody's okay. So that's like basically brought your pride down. This is for some. This is a general reading. So if the shoe doesn't fit, don't put it on. Go to your other two signs and see if it fits. But let's do some root chakra work and some sacral chakra work this new moon, Capricorn. Eight of Swords comes up a lot. A lot of people are trapped in their mind. Yeah, that's you. And it's been keeping you up at night. It's time for you to get grounded, or maybe elevated is more the word. So there's like the grounding of the root chakra to help your foundation, but I want you to actually tap into your higher self and actually trust your intuition and trust the emotions and let the emotions flow. Because I also feel like the emotions are kind of stopped up here. And if you can't let the emotions flow, your intuition doesn't flow either. But what I was saying before was that some people, there might be conflict because people are going to be used to you just going with the flow. But you at every turn have to honor yourself and find that inner strength to really walk your new path. And you're going to begin to see, bit by bit, little by little, you're going to begin to see where this does bear fruit for you in doing this. And but you're going to have to make a decision. Are you going to stand up for yourself and live your best life and be your best self and believe in yourself enough that you can create your world because it's right here for you? And then have the gratitude to know that Spirit has provided everything. And the Emperor and the Empress, if you don't rule and reign over your own world and create your own world and keep setting and keeping boundaries, Capricorn, do what you got to do. Okay? All of it is here. And but that is going to be based primarily on a lot of inner child work, and yes, those things that we call emotions. Those things that we call emotions, you're going to have to allow yourself to feel them, because the only way to then transmute that energy, if you don't know what the energy is and you've never identified it, you can't transmute or transform an energy you don't even know what it is. Okay? Doesn't work. Okay, that's Cappy. We got 2 more left. Aquarius. Home stretch. Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising. Sun, moon, and rising. Sun, moon, and rising. Aquarius. All right. Let's pick one card from the Dark Mirror Oracle. Thanks for hanging with me, guys. I know it's been a longer live. I appreciate you hanging with me. Ooh, perchance to dream. What's that? That's interesting. If I sleep long enough, when I wake up, the pain will have been gone. Aquarius, are you just assuming if you stick your head in the sand and don't deal with it, it ain't gonna come out? That it's just gonna go away on its own? It's just gonna be gone. If y'all don't quit playing with me, that's good, Elaine. If you cry while you're meditating, Elaine says that she cries while she's meditating. If that happens, sweetheart, that's you purging. But let me get back to Aquarius real quick. Aquarius, you think it's just gonna go away if you just ignore it? If I ignore it long enough, that's like when kids play hide and seek, and they're hiding in plain sight, and they swear up and down you can't see them. If y'all don't stop playing, ooh, y'all better shed some light on the situation. The sun done came out, child. Ooh. Oh, travel. Letting go. Well, I'm going to get one more for you. Yeah, and you got the healing light too. Aquarius. You can't ignore this and it just goes away. It doesn't work like that. That's not how healing works. Okay? That's not how it happens. The pain will still be there in the morning if you don't deal with it. The sorrow will still be there tomorrow if you don't face it. You have to feel it. You have to go through it in order to get rid of it, in order to transmute it, in order to change it, in order to assess why it even happened in the first place. You have to feel it for you to heal it. You are out of balance right now. because you think that if you stick your head in the sand, it just ain't gonna happen. It just, okay, I'm just gonna ignore it. And Aquarius, I love y'all, but will you follow your higher self and follow you? Let me tell you something. Some of you Aquarians have ancestors or angels or other guides that are trying to guide you through this process, or you have people that channel, right, that are guiding you and saying it's time for you to face it head on and not act like it doesn't matter, because it does matter, because you are part of the very collective that you are helping to reshape and reform. You are part of it. You are an integral part. You have a very important energy right now, but we need that energy to be healed as well. And because for you to really channel the energy for the highest good for the rest of us, right? Not that you're the only ones, but you understand what I'm saying. Then we need you whole and healed, right? As whole and healed as you can be without transfiguring. So shed some light on this subject. Page of Pentacles, you've got friends that are very willing to help you, and maybe in some new ways. You got the Three of Wands too, so there is light at the end of the tunnel. And this is brand new for you. This is a new adventure. Or the Prince song, new position. Anyway, new adventure for you. Shedding light on something, because I think a lot of times you'd rather turn the light off. Turn off the lights, light a candle, right? You'd rather do that. Because you can't see it as well by the candlelight. And you think that if you just leave it be, like you leave a cut alone, it's going to heal itself as long as it doesn't require stitches. I think that this cut requires some stitches. So you might need to go back and handle whatever this heartache, pain, heartbreak, disappointment, whatever that is. You got to go back and handle it. Now, you might be traveling in the physical or in the astral. Oh. Here, you are a badass being full of life, love, and possibilities. Through this deck, may you find a path to your best self. Well, there you go. All right. I'll just put that there. That's the first time that's come out. You're going to have to literally make the decision for your healing. You have to make the decision to defend yourself, to do what's right for you. And here we go. You just keep thinking everything fine. You got 10 swords sticking out your back and everything is okay. It's not okay. Your heart is guarded and blocked up, child. But if you let it go, this cup does run over. You got to let your cup run over because it's toxic. You're going to have to allow yourself to initiate these emotions because it's toxic for you to hold it in. You've been holding on to this for far too long. Page of Swords and King of Wands, you're going to have to face your fears head on and speak a new speech to yourself. Six of Wands, because that's the only way you're going to find victory and the only way you're going to end up going up towards your highest, what your highest good is, what your highest purpose is, and where you are going to find fulfillment, and where you are going to find abundance, and where the creative energies just keep on flowing, right? You've been way too careful for a long time, but it's time for you to keep moving forward. You got to find the inner strength and push it forward and stop worrying about things. Speak your speech, as my friend Misha says on Ms. Misha IMO. Hi, how you doing? So that you can experience 10 of Cups fulfillment. Now, it don't get no more plainer than that. I can't go no further than that. All right. And now for Pisces, let me just check. Well, Elaine, also it means that you're purging. Anytime water, right, is involved, and crying is, I'm a Cancer, I should know. Purging, you're purging those emotions that need to get released and healed. Hey, Warrior Girl. Hey, Angelic Empress. You are definitely purging that. Okay. All right. And last but certainly not least, It's a cleanse. Pisces, sun, moon, and rising. Pisces, sun, moon, and rising. And here we go. Dark mirror card. Ooh, I'm so addicted to all the things you do. Oops, not that song. I don't know if y'all know that song. Addicted. What y'all won't let go? Oh, and blinded to pain. Are y'all addicted to the pain? Pisceans, sometimes I think that you can be. Or you're not seeing where you're addicted to stuff because you're blinded by the pain. Could be that. What element do you need? You've got new beginnings and ignition of fire. I really feel that one's definitely for you. Let me get you one more. And the power of volcanoes. You might need to let yourself erupt. I feel like you might need to let yourself. There is a fire brewing underneath you, and if you can let it come out, like finally release this rage that's like pushed down, and you might not even realize that it's quite rage, but it's this like really fiery, like you're always fighting something, right? If you can let that loose, because you can't see what's really happening because you're also in so much pain. Could be physical, could be emotional, mental. But you've become so used to this state of being that it's almost become an addiction. Let me see what we've got in the Quantum Oracle for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Spirit, it's time for you to go to the sacred temple, Pisces. With great gratitude and great responsibility. That's where you'll find peace. It's time for, I just hear peace be still. It's time for the waters to calm. When the storms of life are raging, and the billows roar, I'm so glad he shall find me. I can't remember that key. It was a gospel song back in the late 80s. Peace Be Still. Vanessa Bell Armstrong. I just hear that storm. That the storms of life have been raging and the billows have been roaring. But I'm so glad, of course, it was saying he, source, shall hide me. Right? And then basically what happens, whenever the Lord says peace, there will be peace. Peace, oh, oh, peace. Peace, there's key. Peace. Peace, oh, oh, peace. So allow your spirit to speak peace and say peace over the storm. You have the right to calm the waters. You have the right to tell the storm to cease. You have the right to tell the billows to stop rolling. But it's become such a normal thing for you to get tossed to and fro, Pisces, that you haven't been able to have the strength yet to say peace. And what I'm trying to tell you right now is you do have that strength. You do have that ability. You do have that authority, and you need to let it erupt from your soul. You have to make a choice that when you see that ship coming in, and calm those waters so that ship can come in. Otherwise, it's not going to be able to dock. But I don't know if you have the faith in order to do it. But you got to have the faith in yourself. Here's this Nine of Pentacles. You got to have faith in yourself. And fulfillment and the ability to create your own world. Finding balance. Finding celebration, finding your tribe, finding peace, oh, oh, peace, right? So that you can begin to see the fruits of your labor. That's you, High Priestess. You've been overwhelmed with emotion. Perhaps there's been an ending to a relationship or some other situations, like maybe multiple situations, job, relationship, family, right? It's been very, very contentious. And you've withdrawn yourself and you're feeling a little left out in the cold. But all of the secrets, there you are again, all of the secrets are coming out, and it's going to start to, the burden will be unburdened from you, and you're going to start to again see your victory, see your harvest. All of your wishes are being fulfilled and coming true. I see some new beginnings and some stability finally coming to your life with this King of Pentacles. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child. Things will get brighter. Okay? Things are gonna get easier. Things are gonna get brighter. Things are gonna get better. Things will be as they should be. Okay? So don't worry about it. All right? Do not worry about it. It is okay. All right, so that is everybody. That is everybody and everything. Everything is everything. I'm finally literally, the jukebox is literally playing in my head. All right, gang. I'm going to let y'all go. This has been fun. Let me go to the YouTube chat so I can see y'all without looking at my phone. Thank you so much. I loved doing this. So we'll get the timestamps up here really quickly. And we'll see you guys again either later on tonight or tomorrow. We're going to be talking about the crystal grid, and then I gotta figure out what I want to talk about for the podcast this weekend. And then we'll be doing some lovely meditation for the new moon. I will get that meditation up and ready for you guys to use a little bit earlier. Okay? Thanks everybody for being here. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. I love you guys so much. Namaste. Bye, guys.